So, hello everyone. My name is Annika Ayana. I'm a Rose Priestess and I do a lot of other energy work, and I'm a felt artist. And I'm also a teacher of the Diana Cooper School of White Light, that's how I met Meghna. We met at a wonderful reunion in 2000, I think it was 23 or 22 in Glastonbury. That was amazing.
Yes, amazing, of course.
Mm, yeah, and so I live in France and we are meeting on Zoom because, yeah, where are you, Meghna?
Thank you for that introduction and for calling me for your beautiful session today, our conversation. So I'm in India, I'm Meghna, and we are again, it's a small world, so we are together as a soul family as part of Diana Cooper School. And yes, I do a lot of other healing. I have other healing modalities apart from what we are taught in Dinah School. So, a sound therapist and a past life regressionist, breathwork facilitator, and many more. But yes, I think what brings us closer is also because we are learning through each other, and our journeys and our paths will cross because we are also both student and teacher for one another. So that's the best part, I think, right? Thank you for
Yeah,
having
that's
me.
so true. Thank you, Meghna. Yeah, and I remember well when we were in Glastonbury and when we were together, I told you that I'm doing the Rose Priestess training, and the training, and yeah, you were curious and also looking into the Rose path, and so when I was looking for someone to train with, how do you say, to test on the Rose healing, Meghna was happy to do it with me.
Absolutely, it was an honor because, like, I have been intrigued, both intrigued as well as very much curious to learn more. I remember we both went also together to Magdalene, the Rose Garden, and her temple. Do you
Yeah.
remember? Glastonbury. So it was a true calling, and I think that's how soul sisters from around the world always come together. So that was really nice. And when I heard you were going deep into this, study of the lineage, I was very curious and I was willingly, voluntarily kind of wanted to have that experience through you because, it's always nicer when you know the person personally. So it was very nice for me as well to be part of your studies and to grow together. So yes, thank you for choosing me.
Yeah, you're welcome. And yeah, so for for our video call, I pulled a card from the Rose Oracle from Rebecca Campbell. And so we
Beautiful.
have the Rose of Venus, and that is all about alignment, flow, harmony. So nature moves in harmony through cycles. Venus moves in the sky in beautiful uh, like a five-pointed star, and that's why it's called the Rose of Venus, because of the
Like a rose.
trajectory it makes in the sky. If we could, if we could see it, but that's what she traces, and that's
Like some energy, right?
yeah. And
I
so
like
yeah, we find a lot of beautiful harmony in nature, and Venus as the planet of love and harmony. So that is really beautiful. Yeah, I have my. When I was in Lourdes, I bought my a
Oh, that's so
candle.
nice.
I brought a candle back, of course.
Do you know I got this also from France, Lords,
Yeah,
because I'm
I
also
just
connected.
I bought last time one for my husband, and this time when we went back, I couldn't find one, but she is also
Oh,
really delicate.
yes. The softness
So
you can find.
Mother Mary is one of the ascended masters in the Rose lineage. So when we work with the Rose healing and blessing, we go through 3 sessions, and in each session we work with one ascended master. And so in the first session it's Mother Mary with the white rose, and her energy is so nurturing, calming. It's all about emotional healing, connecting to the heart, releasing also. And in the second session, we work with Lady Nada, who was a high priestess in Atlantis. And so this is where we work with the pink rose, and that is also a lot of rose quartz energy. Also, it's about self-love. And the third session is then Mary Magdalene. So you go from purification to heart connection into the deep womb work. And so that is the red rose associated with Mary Magdalene, and yeah, womb connection, earth connection. And I I couldn't decide which energy I like best because I love all 3 of them, but they are so different, right?
Yes, absolutely. I have her as well.
Oh,
So, yeah, so
yeah,
because I have connected, so when people come from France or somewhere, they do get me this some souvenir as well. That's
yeah.
that
In
one's
Southwest France is a lot of Mary Magdalene
Yes, I know
energy.
because when we had the reunion that I could not go for in France, I was also interested in going for one of the retreats of Mary Magdalene.
Mm,
So I remember there are a lot of retreats in the summer
yeah.
where people, they go in deeper into her studies as well as where she kind of lived and did a lot of
Mm,
spiritual work.
yeah.
So that is what I think she did as well. And she had her own followers where she carried forward all the studies of Jesus since they were, I think, twin flames, right?
Mm, yeah. On Earth, they were twin flames. Mm,
Yes, I heard they were twin flames.
exactly. So, and for today, I wanted a little bit to hear about your experience with the rose healing and blessing. And yeah, you already said why you said yes to my offer to to test it on you,
Yes.
actually. And was there any hesitation to say yes, or was it a straight yes, of course?
Yes, of course. Definitely, it always is like that with a soul sister. And maybe when you had asked me, I needed that the most because I feel that once we are ready and from the soul, if we are longing for something, the teacher appears, right? When the
Mm,
student is ready. So I feel that was my time to get the healing from you because I remember we did a lot of healing old past wounds from this lifetime as well as previous. And I remember we did also womb healing.
mm,
So I think, yeah, it was very profound, deep. And there were parts that I probably didn't know I needed healing until I sat with you and we did the visualizations. It went deep, and you feel that those are the parts that you've already worked on. But surprise!
Yeah, sometimes you think you have done the work, and then no, not deep enough, maybe.
Yes, and we don't know because sometimes it is at a cellular level, sometimes it's in your womb, sometimes it was even before you were born at a soul level. So you don't know where it's coming from and which area you need to work on. So unless you are like open and ready to work on yourself, that's I think where you get like there's an inner awakening, and there is also like a deep healing that happens, so that was, yes, it was profound. It was also very, you held space so well. I felt very safe and I felt loved. All the energy was nice and divine feminine energy. So yes, thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. And in with the 3 sessions, was there one moment, or is there one moment that you still think about, something that was really a moment that changed something or that surprised you?
I think that was the part that surprised me. When you think that there were parts of you that are already healed, and then you start to do more work and you say, oh my God, what just happened? you know? So you feel that, okay, I've already done this work, I've done inner child, I've done womb healing, I've done ancestral healing. But then, when you do and you're open to doing more work, then there's like, I think you truly embody that energy of divine feminine. And when you embody it, then you also feel that a lot of changes happen at a subtle level which we are not aware. Like you
Mm.
come into your true power, true feminine power, and I don't mean in a very like alpha way, because I know women who are always trying to maybe be in competition with their divine masculine and divine feminine. There is always a conflict. But when I feel you accept, like there has to be an acceptance before healing, right? Then you accept that, okay, this is what it is. I am the way I am for all my past, maybe karma or your soul contracts. You accept it, and then you're saying, okay, so we work from here, from ground level, and it's a much better way. And also, I think if we embrace our vulnerability, so being vulnerable doesn't mean being weak, right? We always
Yes,
say, oh, she's so sensitive, she's so soft, but there could be strength in that as well.
that's so true.
Yeah. So that is the part that really says that you can allow yourself to be soft and vulnerable, and that's maybe where your authentic true self stands out. That's your
Yeah,
true superpower.
that's also one of the things I reflected on over the years when I in my early 20s, when I thought, oh, I'm all well, I I didn't live alone. I lived with my housemates, but I didn't have a partner or anything, and I thought I to let's say to survive in this world by myself, I had to be strong and don't let the emotions too much take over, to protect myself from like being hurt or whatever. And over the years, I realized, well, that was not the way you can be strong, because when we are weak and we can show our weakness, that's also real strength.
Yes, absolutely. And that is also a part of who you are and your life experience. experiences, isn't it?
Mm.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be our genuine self. Because it's okay to be a little broken, I would say, and it's part of our journey. Because I think where there is a little bit of gap or crack or space, that's when the light enters us. And I always feel that way, that nobody's supposed to be all put together. There are parts of us that could be healing and still work in progress and still broken. But that's the beauty of it all. And that's where I think we can show compassion and kindness to people who are still working through that, which is
Yes.
amazing, right?
Yeah. And so when you think of before you did the rose journey and after, like, well, for me, I always need time to let things infuse. I can't go quickly through stuff. I need a lot of time. Like the Rose Oracle training, I think I do it. I'm on it for more than a year, but when I'm really ready, I will do the next step. So I need a lot of time to let things infuse and to move on. I think for you, it's a little bit the same. You can't rush through things. So now, with looking backward, what can you say? Maybe what has changed through the rose journey for you?
Yes, thanks for bringing it up, because I know sometimes, like when we are doing a new course or we training to be some, like in Diana Cooper's school, we have master teacher and so and so. I feel like I cannot operate with that pressure when it comes to doing spiritual work, because it's a journey. Is different for everybody, and also to integrate all of that takes time. Otherwise, you're just learning and then going out there and just doing things at a surface level. To go deep and for it to make a profound change in your life, I think you need to give it time. Everything good takes time. So for me, I think the most important part is like to be okay with the wounds, to be more accepting of who I am with it, to completely own it. So that is something that you can't always deny it, and it's okay. So that was also part of learning that maybe we don't have it all together, but that's also okay, because we don't have to have it all together. And I think we both come probably in the same age group, same age actually, and with children, we are mothers. So the challenges are, it's always going to be a curve, right? The highs and lows. And for me, that was a good learning, and that's what stayed with me, to know that it's fine, because life was never meant to be easy. But in that, in those challenges, if we are here to learn and help each other find our way home,
Mm.
that's the most beautiful part, isn't it?
Yeah, that is.
Yes.
Thank
So
you
that's
for
it.
sharing this.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you for having me. Yes, and I think you held space where I felt safe to just be myself, to be vulnerable, to share with you that, okay, Anika, I don't feel okay. To say that to somebody who you're working with is also very important, because sometimes healing is tough. It's never easy.
No, no, it is
This
not.
work, to always show up even when you don't feel you're 100%, is not easy. No.
No, but I think when you have the courage to show up afterwards, that was a good decision. It helped you to go, it helped you to change something. You
Yes.
actually, even when you are not feeling good, you can go through it, and you have when you have support from another person holding space for you. And as we, like in the Rose journey, we work with the Ascended Master. She is there and holds the space also. And so we
Yes.
have the support from spirit, and
Yes.
we can move through it. And sometimes we have to push ourselves through it, but afterwards it's just you are rewarded because you put off some weight or something shifted.
I agree. I agree because we could feel the presence of either Mother Mary, Lady Nada, or Mary Magdalene. They were so with us, right? Along with our angels and spirit guides, we could feel the masters
Yeah.
guiding us and holding space along with, the, the two of us. So that was very reassuring. I felt loved and yeah, emotional. So that it was an emotional time as well. So yes.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. How has it changed for you? I would love to know that as well. In the past 1 year since you
um,
have been doing.
I think so I did the Rose Priestess training, and after that I did another training to become a rose healing and blessing practitioner. And so going through these two trainings, I did a lot of work, and I realized a lot of different things, and connecting with Mother Mary was what I think, even if I don't have a preference, but she is my main ascended master. I I love working with water, and water is like I'm a like in my astrology, I'm a water sign. I dream a lot about water and purifying through water, with physical water or imagined. That is, I feel so powerful. And so connecting with her and Lady Nada and Mary Magdalene, that I think it brought a lot of awareness to me, like really connecting to my heart, connecting how important it is to connect with Mother Earth, and also connecting consciously with our womb. That is something I haven't learned that way in any other training so far. So that was really something very, very new for me. Although after 6 births, definitely I was connected to my womb, but not in the same way. And that it is, we can, and the womb, and even if you haven't given birth, or you have someone who does not have her womb any longer, we still can connect to the etherical womb, and the womb, the center of creation, of life and wisdom. So that we can tap into that as women, that is so amazing. So we can give actual birth, and through it, in the on an energetic level, we can connect into it to create more. So that was something I really appreciate and love to learn and connect with.
Thank you. Thank you so much for mentioning that because, yes, we forget that our womb is also the center of creation. And I think if there is any trauma or wound over there, then that is also a blockage, right? If you want to do something new and you haven't healed enough out there without being a mother, like you said, or without even having a womb. So the work is important to be done, yes.
Mm. And I think also I read that so we not only hold our emotions or anything in our womb, but we can hold like trauma from our mother and even from our grandmother in our womb. So
Yes.
that is really important work. Mm.
Yes, truly, yes. Even before we are born, we are carrying that trauma because it's come from somewhere in the DNA, right?
Yeah.
That's good to know that we are ready to do the work. And how will you take this forward, Annika? Like after the training, would you be conducting like womb healing circles or the rose lineage? How will you take your training forward or the teachings of the rose?
How I do it, I offer. So what I offer, I call it the Rose Connection. And so to go in the session, there is the actual rose healing and blessing that I learned. But before we go into that, I I bring in some of my own what I like to work with, like singing a mantra, doing a visualization. I know we connected, I think, when it was with Mother Mary with a unicorn. So that is, these three sessions. I offer them to women. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yes, I hope we can join sometime. If you have it online, I would love to be part of it.
Well, you did. That's the three sessions we did together.
Yes, yes, we did it. So that was beautiful.
I know. I remember I did it. So we did it obviously on Zoom, on distance, but I did also the three sessions with a friend here in person. It was it was also beautiful energy. It was a bit different from distance and in person. I like both. And she said, but afterwards, I think she would have liked to have something afterwards to maybe from time to time continue. Yeah.
Yes,
So that could be something to think about.
definitely. And I think because it really empowers women when you do this kind of healing at a deep soul level and you clear your wounds and traumas and whatever blockages you have. I feel it kind of empowers us also when we acknowledge and accept who we are truly. Then you feel that, oh, you want to hold on to that feeling for longer. So that's why maybe asking for more, and maybe you can think of something that brings all of us like a healing womb circle, a womb healing circle online. So we would love to be part of that, putting all the
Mm.
masters together, divine feminine energy. So girl power.
Yeah, but not in that girlish way that we learned the new the new
Yeah,
embodied feminine way,
embodied.
of course. Yes.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, again, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to share all this with you.
Likewise, thank you for having me, and lots of love, and hope you keep spreading your light and the rose lineage studies, and would love to be part of any other future courses or whatever you might share with all of us. So thank you.
Thank you,
Have a good day.
Meghna. Yes. Bye.
Bye.